let's just go ahead and hop right into the topic of the day, bruh. We constantly see this back and forth in, social media and popular, talk shows. It's basically like the number one topic of all time. And that topic is who really ain't shit, bruh. All right, niggas or women. You feel me? Men or women. I feel like, what I'm saying, this is probably one of the most spoken about topics in the world, I guess. Everybody is kind of in their whole relationship, scene, and it's really all anybody talks about. So today on the antenna, man, we finna really just get down to it. Jay, man, what are your thoughts? And matter of fact, hold on, before we even get into it, let me just introduce the cast, right? You got your boy Vanish, you already know who it is. You got your man Jay. And then we got Bug Me in here. We got my man Knight. We got oh shit, man, fuck it. Introduce yourselves, goddammit.
You can't say either one. You can't say either one.
Introduce your damn self. Shit.
Yeah, introduce yourself.
Actually, no, can I?
Oh.
Can I? It doesn't matter. It's the antenna. It's a group. It's a group anyway. So just to get into the topic, because niggas will talk about whatever. My bad. People will talk about whoever they're talking about and say their name. Whenever they feel like
Fuck
it.
me, dude.
So to start off, girls, women, and men. I feel like women play more games.
He's reviving his fucking teammate. Hurry.
Like
Night,
said,
we're on
it's a pretty
broadcast.
Go in that door.
I'm gonna be real with you. Women, they do petty stuff sometimes, but I feel like
I meant to say he's picking up his teammate. I'm sorry.
There's no more emotion involved. Like it's the worst of the worst.
And what do you mean by that?
I've heard dudes of like trying to get women pregnant. Like they don't even like them. They just like I always want to be in their life.
Yeah, that's true. I have heard that. Yeah. Bro, I feel like a lot of it is like societal. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's almost like society promotes being a fuck nigga. And then on top of that, to be completely honest, women kind of give into that narrative as well by doing certain things and saying certain things, acting a certain kind of way that makes it seem okay.
What is that?
Well, by definition, right, being a fuck nigga means participating in acts of fuckery, alright? So, acts of fuckery include cheating, intentional fucking wrongdoings, stealing money. Like, it's a lot of fuck shit that niggas do.
You saying
You just gotta be the scum of the earth.
Yeah, like, you just a scummy nigga, bruh.
You saying if people would follow more traditional ways, a lot of these things wouldn't be a thing. Like if
now, I'm not gonna say tradition is necessarily. Yeah, I was gonna say that as well.
Because if you look at it, like if you want to be real here, a lot of those things that we see is like how he said fuck nigga. That's the derivative of like toxic masculinity, right?
Sure.
Like that's people trying to be manly, right? Like I ain't gonna have no girl, like I'm not gonna let no girl control how I feel. Like I'm not going to be committed to this. Like you get what I'm saying? Like
I get what you're saying.
That comes from a traditional mindset.
I mean, I don't know if traditional is the way.
The traditional, I meant more religious. But like basically telling people, lucky if they found God or followed the Bible in a sense. A lot of that would be disassociated with like all the lying, cheating, stealing. That's why I said traditional, kind of. It's hand in hand, right? Because obviously the Bible isn't fully, right. But there's a lot of good lessons you can learn.
That's actually another. That's an interesting topic. Do y'all feel like religion plays a major role in, I guess, relationships?
A lot of people are not religious nowadays.
In everything.
I mean, me personally,
I
bro.
put my 2 cents on the whole asshole thing that you guys were talking about.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, people are promoting being nonchalant. Today's day and age, the minute you express your emotions, you're looked at as a crazy person. That's the thing that's wrong with today. Yeah,
you know what?
Yourself having a voice.
That is true.
But nobody's out here saying, "Oh, it's cool to be an asshole." It's not fucking cool, and people know it.
Actually, though, that's not true. I mean, as sick as it sounds, it actually is promoted. Now, it's not blatantly promoted like, oh, be an asshole, you're cool. It's promoted in the behaviors that we idolize. So if you notice, right, and this is just a typical example, music of today, my nigga,
Smack.
it is
I
literally
mean, not Kevin Hart.
Oh,
Fucking.
it'd be so much funnier if Smack Kevin
that
Hart.
nigga's fucked up.
It
But
would be hilarious.
I'm saying like
Will Smith
in a
Will Smith
lot of the
posting
music
women
that
pushing
we
him.
hear today is talking about how, I'm fucking all these
Dumbass.
bitches, da 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 da, fuck that
That's
hoe, da 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 da
mostly
da,
rap though.
right?
Rap is pop in America.
And true, but that's also what we're talking about because we live in America, don't we? So I'm speaking about the place I
Not
live.
always.
I'm not really speaking about the whole world because
You
I
gotta
don't know
Why
shit about the
why
whole
not
world
talk about
you
the
gotta
whole world?
clarify that.
because I
Why
can't because I've never
limit
been anywhere
yourself to just
outside of this
like this
country.
area?
You gotta clarify that.
I mean,
Well,
bro,
when you
I
listen to
can't
all the
speak about it.
social things that happen in America happen in
Yeah.
other countries.
Because you got to understand that
Well,
social
speaking about
media has
Future
now
being pop, I'm
connected
sure
all of
Future was
us.
not pop in Spain though. Because half that toxic shit y'all talking about comes.
What I'm saying
Yeah,
is,
Mexico
bro,
was cool though.
there's a lot of things. I mean, even in movies, when you see niggas like, in like TV shows and shit, it seems to be the narrative that like a struggling relationship is the norm and doing bad shit and fucked up shit is normal and da 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 da. And it's like, it really shouldn't be. And it's like people are making it okay. And then on top of that, we all know, bro. I'm sure we've all had some kind of experience related to the. I don't even know how else to say it besides just saying like the bad boy fetish is what I call
Jamal,
that
you didn't
shit.
see anything.
Where basically
Yeah, but
women just fuck
that's for
with
immature
bad
women though.
niggas. But bro, think about how
That's for
many
immature women.
immature women there are, especially at our age. I can't speak for people way older,
I don't
but
know. I think I think sometimes it's not even just the fact that like it's a bad boy or they're masculine. I think it's the fact that some women really have a need to like have somebody that they can change.
That's not just on women. I have that.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
definitely a
mean I have
afflicting
that
of
too.
both.
But I'm saying like a lot of the women I see that like date ass want somebody that they feel like they can have value in their life, right? Like it's like a tame the beast type of thing. Like this dude was terrible, but because he loves me so much, he changed.
Mm,
So the women
You
that
said that
want to
mm,
once.
change men rather than
okay.
find a good guy.
That's yours.
Yeah,
And you know what?
That
To a
stay at
certain
home and
extent,
I think because
I kind of understand what
you
he's
have a
saying.
misperspective, Jay. If you don't value yourself,
Jamal, did you
no,
just
I
take
know
that
exactly the type
shotgun?
of girl you're talking about. Those are part of the immature women I speak of, to be honest with you. Because
But we
those
can't
types of women
necessarily
are the
call it
types that try to
immature.
change.
Jam-
They tend to be.
did you just take
I
that
feel like
shotgun?
the better word for that would be
back.
That'd be
perhaps
nice, yeah.
traumatized.
No.
Well, I was gonna say if you have somebody that doesn't value themselves, right, and they don't feel like they can provide value other than like trying to change who you are, right? You're not gonna you're not gonna be comfortable with settling down with somebody that you don't feel like you have anything to add to, right?
I understand what he's
So you
saying.
would go for somebody that you can clearly see
Basically, they want someone who needs
that
them.
this person can't leave me. Exactly.
Yeah.
Much Marvin.
Okay, but that's just because you're hoping to foster a dependency on that person, or hoping to foster a dependency from that
You know
person
what though?
to
I can't even lie, bro. I'm
fulfill
guilty of that to a certain extent. Like I don't know why, but
And I think that's like one of the big lessons in life
it's
that a lot of
like
people
a
don't
captain
learn.
save the hoe
You have to
mentality.
learn, yeah, you have to learn to like believe in love, believe that somebody can love you not because of what you can provide, but because of who you are.
That's very
Mm.
hard to do in today's
And
society.
that's another thing, right? So back to the original topic.
Like,
Can I just be in the
These,
talk show? Don't cut niggas off.
you're right, bro.
Come on, now, bro.
I was just gonna say, like, because society teaches us that as men, if we aren't providing something, if we aren't bringing something to the table that's of value, we are not valued
Yeah, look at
Hell yeah.
That nigga is a millionaire off that shit. He has a whole platform off of saying that.
And Fresh and Fit too. Those are the
And that nigga Samuel, Kevin Samuels, before that nigga died.
Jackson? Oh.
Kevin Samuel.
Yeah, that nigga that used to, he used to be cooking women,
Black
bruh.
dude.
I don't know. He was kind of going crazy with it, but there was some facts he was spitting, bro. Because women kind of look at us like, I feel like the way that the narrative is, niggas look at women as appearances and how bad she is. Women look at men as how much money this nigga has. Those are like the two primary attributes that people consider when they're looking at the opposite
Not
sex.
all women do that.
I'm not
Shallow
saying
people,
all.
yeah.
I'm just saying most of the time, bro.
When
What's most of the time?
in the
Most of
water,
the time in your environment.
I wouldn't say most of the time, but definitely shallow people will look for that. Like women would probably not care what the guy looks like if he has a big ass pocket, and the guy
Facts.
doesn't care how smart she is if she got a fat
Watch
ass.
out, Weller.
Facts. That's the superficial society we live in.
Honestly, I feel like that's just like a mainstream media
It
take.
is. I
But
said
I
it's the
can't even
shallow
say that
people.
though. I've experienced that myself.
But I know a lot of women that have been with
In
very
front, in
terrible
front.
dudes just because like they thought this was the best looking guy they would ever get.
Mm.
Bitch.
Mm.
Like, and I've seen the same for dudes. I knew a dude that was with a girl who had a whole baby,
Down here at the water.
and she was regularly cheating on him with her baby daddy. He wanted to
Damn.
stay with her because he was like, oh, this is the hottest
Jay,
girl I'll
where?
ever get.
Well, if we're not speaking from personal uh topics, I would say a majority of people are like that, bro.
They
Because
are
a
though.
lot of the
I
girls
think
be money chasing,
Facts.
and a lot of the guys be looking
And
for
niggas be
fat
simping,
asses.
bruh.
It's
I
as
mean, but
simple as
like,
that.
here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing that I like had to realize is that like women require a lot more maintenance than men, so by nature they're
come on,
more
man.
expensive than we are.
True.
So it's like it makes sense
Mm.
that they're
Yep.
like thirsty for a guy's pocket because they have like makeup and nails and fucking
But the
Hair.
same could be said of a guy though.
yeah,
Tampons.
hair.
There's plenty of guys who drop hella cash on their clothes, on their haircuts, making sure that they just got
It's
the
not a
freshest shit.
requirement. Some women have to have like makeup and tampons and those types of things just to fit into society and stay where they're at now, right?
Bro said they have to have tampons to fit
That
into
is
Yeah, a lot of women
crazy.
do. Is that a hot take? I feel like that's not.
bro.
I don't know, bro.
Well,
Like
I don't know.
Oh,
Damn,
did you want that? Did you
I've
want that? Here.
literally worked with bosses that hired employees based on how they looked.
Same here.
I
Well,
mean,
that
I'm sure
has
that
nothing
happens a
to
lot.
What
do
the
with
fuck?
tampons being a
But this
part
is
of.
well because like that's a hygiene thing. If you have a girl who's bleeding on herself, it's gonna be hard for her to succeed in society,
Okay,
right?
you know what? No, that
Y'all
was
just fucking
really valid, and
sold.
that was
Y'all
a real
just
well
fucking
way to
sold.
pull it full circle. I appreciate that.
But like some
Kenny!
women they like
The
they have
fuck?
more game than us, right? Some women like are held back by the other women that want to surround themselves with women that make them look better, right?
Yeah.
I mean, bro, we can get into the intricacies of
Makeup is not a
female
requirement.
societal shit
Yes, we're
for a
supposed to be
while.
talking about men
But
versus women.
yeah. So here's my take, right? Just to make my stance clear. I personally feel like I've heard a lot of bullshit on both sides. I've heard about niggas doing I'm sorry, women really bad, and I've also heard about girls doing niggas really bad as well. I feel like they both contribute to each other's toxicity, both mainstream and interpersonally, due to not only the society we're in, but just a lot of the I guess circumstances that people find themselves in these days. A lot of people get put
And
together
also,
for reasons that have nothing to do with love, right? Like shit that just isn't what you're supposed to be with somebody for.
it's also been very pushed to have a different stature and have a certain frame of success at a certain age because of social media.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's another big pusher on both sides. I
You
would
know,
say.
that's actually a great
All
point.
day,
Like,
dude.
I've had multiple instances where I've had a girl say to me, like, and not really recently, but I mean, just in general, since I graduated, it's been like the kind of narrative of, well, damn, you ain't really doing shit, or you ain't got a lot of money, or you ain't got your own car, or et cetera, et cetera. And I'm like, well,
Because you're
bro,
all on
I'm
dick, dude.
literally fresh out of high school. Like, I'm going to college. Clearly, I wouldn't have my whole life, like, perfectly straightened out right now. It's just an unrealistic thing to expect of anyone, like, at my age that doesn't have, like, special circumstances. And it kind of felt dumb
Some
that
people
you would
do
even,
it.
like, expect that from someone of our, like, age group to have all this shit, like, right now. And I'm like,
To
what,
be
I don't
fair,
know.
some people do that, but it's just different circumstances for everyone. So for that girl that said that to you, it's lucky fuck her, but
It's just, and what does that
I
really have
mean,
to do with, like, the potential for our relationship at all?
I think this problem is like every other problem in America. There's a small vocal minority of people that are influencing the opinions and the
Of
behavior of the
many.
majority.
right.
Yes.
Okay, so hold on. Can we ask this question though? Do y'all feel like there are more broken people in America or more healthy people in America?
Broken.
Definitely broken,
That's a
for
lot.
sure.
I would say there's more broken people.
Because I can tell you on my hand how many, like, and I'm just using this as an example because I'm sure there's plenty of niggas too, but on my hand, how many, like, genuinely healthy women, like, healthy mentally, physically, spiritually, all that I've met, I say about two. And that's including my family. So out of all the women I know,
I
bro,
said broken
two.
because of
Yeah,
just because of how America is based. They keep
I
you
don't know.
here to pay for continuous things that you don't need.
I mean, people are depressed,
I
bro.
think if
It's a
people were
fact.
just willing to communicate more
Yeah,
and
yeah,
speaking less
facts,
through ego, things would
facts.
be much better.
You know, I actually want to pull up this statistic, but I don't feel like typing it. But we all have seen this shit before, I'm sure. 2020 and all the years following,
Why do you want to
the
go?
levels of anxiety and depression recorded by American citizens nationwide has been
Where
going
you are
up
from?
dramatically. Like, we're at an all-time high for depression, anxiety, suicide rates, lack of motivation. Just a whole bunch of really bad mental things are really going on in this country right now, and it's all a result of not only the reality of individual lives, but the expectations that are pushed on people through social media, through, I mean, media in general, really. Um, it's just like a fucking cake, my nigga.
But
A cake of
not only
shit.
that though, I think the big thing that COVID did that not a lot of people are talking about, COVID kind of proved that it showed a lot of the traps that people never saw. Like when it
Mm.
came to how much money you're making in your job, when it came to how important your job is, how important school is.
Mm.
Like a lot of different things got exposed, and I feel like a lot of people are lost. People are like, do I even go to school now?
That's a
Because
great
like
point.
COVID laid off a ton of people with business degrees and like a bunch of other degrees that are easier to get, but like now people are like, do I even have one of those? Like my job can be taken by somebody like at home with much more experience.
You feel like COVID is a negative effect in front of us, Willa?
I think it's a negative and a positive. I think it opened a lot of people's eyes. I think some people don't know how to capitalize on what's been open. No, I think some
Yeah.
people can't adapt to change as well as others.
Yeah, I was gonna say, in my experience, a lot of the people after COVID happened that I knew, it opened up their mind that we can be gone tomorrow. So the
Right.
hustle starts now.
This is true. I also feel like it gave people time to actually sit and realize these things. Because one thing that I definitely feel like is that in our
Yeah,
day to day lives, it's very easy to get
agree.
caught up in our own lives, and we're so busy going through the motions of our day to day lives that we don't actually sit back and just like think about our situations, about our choices, about really anything outside of the immediate needs. And when they had that time to think, because now you're at home, you know, you can't really go out too much or whatever, you just sit and think about like I guess life really, and it opened a lot of people's eyes to the things that they've been doing and the things that they could be doing for themselves. Hence the
Watch out,
increase
Jamal, from
in
above.
entrepreneurial activity. Um,
Yeah,
I
like
want to say
Jamal said,
worldwide.
the people who are a little bit higher up in terms of like who went to school and things and such like that, they probably did get their eyes open to like, wow, this person could really just snatch my job
Behind us,
anytime.
behind us, behind us. Just run, just run, just run.
But I think like on both fronts, right? Like COVID made with the internet, a lot of society is redundant.
Hmm.
Because you are already path, now you have to rethink your entire life.
That's similar to like people who follow trends, huh?
And it's almost like they think AI is gonna like take their jobs. But at the same time, like life is always gonna have uncertainty. You can't focus on this might happen because you're gonna freeze. And the only time you ever freeze because then you're not improving yourself. So I
Sure.
think a lot of people over COVID froze. They got tired, and now they're like trying to play catch up. They're working harder to play catch up. But not only are they catch up, but they see what else is. There's people over COVID starting their own business, or that didn't freeze doing this, and there's success stories, which are minorities, by the way. And what I mean by that is not a majority of people, a minority of succeeded during COVID. It's the majority is looking at this minority and going, "Oh crap, I froze or I had an opportunity. Like I could be doing way better," but they still don't know where to start.
Hey y'all, JaVale said hello and that he's supporting the stream. That's all I had to say.
Say less.
But yeah.
To go on top of what Jamal said too, I feel like a lot of people got lazy.
The fuck? Whoa, whoa, whoa! What?
What the
What was
fuck?
that?
Listen, bro.
I knew it was. I knew it was the nigga.
All right, hold on, stream. What the fuck?
Bro, just kick him.
Hey, look, bro. I don't even want to be that dude, but would you mind leaving
This
for a little
nigga got a
while,
little
bro?
boy. He got a.
Josiah, please leave the party. We're recording something very important.
Real quick, bro.
It's
Real
rated M.
quick.
You friends with little boys, peaceful?
Yeah, I was gonna say you got some explaining to do, bro.
Listen, bro.
This is
Yeah,
crazy.
Please add me.
yeah.
Anyways, Josiah.
Jay, you have a bunch of weapons here.
Damn. I feel bad, bro. What if that little kid really just going through it and he needs some friends right now?
That's too fucking bad. It's not daycare.
Y'all would have straight up joined the party for real.
I
What?
high key nah, cause I high
Jay, over
key
here.
didn't expect anybody from my friends list on here to join.
That
You
is
never know, bro.
insane.
Bro, you joined, you never know.
Make the party 21
Bro
plus,
said,
adults only.
bro,
Watch how
you
many kids
joined.
join.
Right.
That is crazy.
Come on, bro.
But anyway, back to the topic.
What the fuck?
All
What
right, so to
Jamal was
kind of just
saying
bring
too.
it.
To go.
Oh,
Wait. To go on top of what Jamal was saying, I agree with everything he said too. It
I got
also
a
added
shield
another
keg, Jay. I
lazy.
got a shield keg.
Another,
Come on.
all right, say this. It added a bunch of lazy people. I feel like to society because a lot of people who didn't jump on the opportunity of COVID to develop a skill, they just wanted to do unemployment.
Drink one of these.
And instead
mm,
of forming a habit or a positive habit, I mean, they decided to be like, oh, I can
it
just cash
bred
out
a
and get
lot
something
of
quick.
laziness.
Yeah. Now a
Yeah,
lot of
that's
people are
true.
just like Jamal said, stuck and froze.
A lot of people were living off of those stimuluses and the what's that shit called? PPP. Yeah. So, that bred a little bit of
Oh my
complacency
fucking
too
god.
in a lot of
I'm
people.
gonna be real with you though. I'm of the personal. This echo is fucking me up. I'm of the personal belief that nobody wants to live in unemployment. Like maybe 10% of the population, but mostly nobody. I think there's what's more likely is there's a lot of people who are there now, don't know how to get out of it, but are too hard headed to ask for help.
That's a controversial take.
I don't think so, because I see it all the time in the black community, in the white community. I can't speak for the Asian community, but I see it all the time.
The lack of asking for help is definitely a sense of there, but in terms of like people not wanting to live off of unemployment, I have seen and heard of a lot of people who would be cool with just having unemployment for the rest of their days.
Facts. Yeah, I was gonna lean a little bit more towards that too.
But like nobody, and I strongly believe this, nobody can make a statement right now for the rest of their life and like 100% be committed to it. Like there's
For sure
nothing I
not.
can say right now and predict the next
For sure, you
30,
can't.
40, 50 years of my life. You feel me? At some point, people want to get out of that. That's why they call it a trap. Eventually, people want to get out of that. But like when you've been in it for so long, this goes back to the conversation we were having the other day, like the scary part about the workforce. It's not scary because you have to work. It's scary because it's like competitive, right? So you're competing against your age bracket. So if you're stuck in unemployment or in a bad situation or get set back, you're competing against people that didn't.
Those people get too comfortable as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
But can I
Jamal, your
let me
brother's
see what
live
you
on
guys say?
Go
TikTok.
ahead.
Well,
You
nah.
said
All
what?
I was gonna say
Your
was
brother's live on TikTok.
just kind of to try to bring it back around to the opening topic of, and all this information has contributed
It's my
greatly
first time
to,
seeing
I
your
feel like, the
leadership.
overall pool of info that we have. So now to relate it back to the topic, which was who ain't shit, niggas or women. Oh, do we feel
Yeah.
like now, mind you, okay, here's another part of COVID, right? And this is something really obvious that I'm sure everyone knows already.
I'm gonna give you my answer to the question when you get done.
Okay, bet. The other super obvious thing is because people are at home, it had a ginormous effect on how many people were on social media, on YouTube, on these services, right? So the amount of usage and the effects that it had on people's lives individually greatly increased due to the fact that you're sitting at home all day looking at your phone, right? And what we typically see, I mean, it's nothing new, my nigga. Thirst traps have always been around. You've always had, like the fucking simp culture and all that bullshit. But then we also saw huge spikes in OnlyFans. We saw huge spikes in like fucking um paid like paid services where you like pay to like have sex or whatever, like prostitute services and shit. Niggas don't know about that, bro. But niggas were ordering hella prostitutes during COVID, bro. Like mad prostitutes. So all this shit continuously contributed towards this kind of current state that we're in, where it's like a weird, just I don't know, a
It's
weird
funny how
look,
like you have dudes that are like women have an easy life. They can get on OnlyFans and make a ton of money, but then turn around and will give a woman hell for making money on OnlyFans.
Right. It's like you look down on women for doing the shit that you allow to happen. Like you are the same niggas who will go and pay for that OnlyFans, bro. And then at the same time be talking shit about her for doing it. So I can't really blame women for half the shit they do because niggas allow it, bro. Niggas literally go for it. Like I have friends who have niggas paying their rent right now. And they not fucking them or nothing. They just want the chance to try to do something, and it's just not gonna happen. But they don't know that, so now they're just sitting here like perpetuating a cycle of shit, and then they're gonna complain about it later when she doesn't like fuck him or whatever. But it's like, bro, like you're allowing this shit to happen to you, so I can't feel sorry for you, and I can't feel mad at her for taking advantage of you because you're a dumbass.
That's
Did y'all pick up Jay's card?
no, you have to get it stuff.
Also, I just feel like we've been talking a lot of it from like the women point of view, even though we're not women.
That's what I'm
True,
saying. Like,
I
what
was
the
gonna
fuck?
say I know people
but
won't.
It's
that's
coming
because
from niggas who don't have that many experience with women. I'm just saying. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny.
Then
I'm not
why
even
why
trying to
don't
be
you
funny. It's
talk?
always the niggas that don't
Why
have.
don't you talk, bro?
Cause I don't want to
There's
talk
nothing
about.
for me in this.
Well then, bro, if you're not gonna
'Cause I
talk your
don't want
shit,
to.
then don't knock
There's
other
literally
niggas for
no
talking
point.
their shit. Then just be quiet.
It's not talk. It's not talk. There's a difference between talking
Because
shit.
everyone has their experience, though, bro. You can't negate someone else's life experience because you feel like they don't have enough
I'm
of
not
it.
negating at
And if
all.
you're
But
not
for
adding
you to
nothing
talk,
positive to the combo, low key, be quiet, man.
no, I'm saying let me finish to get my point. I'm
All
just
right.
saying if you're gonna talk, if you're gonna have a podcast
And talk from your own perspective.
and spew and talk about from your own perspective, at least come with something positive. When you want to talk about and relegate women to
Didn't he just say something positive?
this ignorant thing where like, oh, they men, it's because of men that this and that, like, no, women have
I
their
mean,
own
I
choice
didn't
to do
say that
whatever
it
they
was
want.
because of
I
it,
was
though.
gonna
I
say,
said that it's
Kanai just said
perpetrated.
something positive,
I
bro.
said that they allow
He
it,
said
but
it
I'm
was
not
his
saying.
fault, bro.
I
Which it
mean, I'm
is
not
the
saying that
guy's
it's
fault.
men's fault.
What
I'm
the
just saying
fuck
that
is
men
going
allow it.
on? Men allow what?
Men
To be
allow
taken
for themselves
advantage
to be
of.
taken advantage of. Yeah, exactly. You're so like pussy hungry that you will go spend money to look at a girl do shit online. That is not her fault that you're
What the
spending your money
fuck?
to go look at her do shit online, bro. That's your
Dude, who the
fault.
fuck is shooting us, nigga?
They
I'm
all
so
are.
distraught right now.
And
Somebody's
it's
just getting
also
slashed.
not the girl's fault that they
Where
can
you at?
exploit themselves
If you
online
don't
for
get your
money,
retarded
just
ass
like
over
how it's
here,
always
bro.
been.
Exactly. And here's where it comes
Instead
full
of
circle, right?
money.
Stay down there, nigga.
It comes full
Yeah.
circle because now not only does it promote women exploiting themselves and their bodies and stuff online because A, it's an easy way to make money, and B, like we're in this COVID time, so it's booming. But then because they do that, it more and more contributes to the other narrative of, you know, women being hoes, women using niggas, and bro, it goes the other way too, bro. Folks don't talk about it, but there's plenty of niggas on OnlyFans making money off of women too, bro. It's just less talked about because it's like less intense when it comes to, you know, women
It's probably behind the scenes.
behind the scenes, exactly.
Yeah.
But it still
Which is
happens.
how it is most of the time. It's just like that's how the porn industry
Jamal or
works.
Weller.
Now, here's the other thing I'm going to say though, and this is in regards to women and what they do to perpetrate men activities. And this is something that I really didn't really know nothing about, honestly, until I started getting out and really just hearing about other women's experiences and shit, but and men as well. It's like, bro, I had this dude, right? And I'm not gonna say no names because this is highly confidential info, my nigga.
Hello.
Let's hear it.
But let's just say Greg, right? Greg is chilling on Instagram. He gets hit up by Samantha. Samantha is a married woman. She has a whole husband that she'll be married to for like 5 years. She has a child, everything, right? My man Greg told me that every year, it would typically be around like the beginning of like summer or whatever, Samantha would, and mind you, Samantha lives in Washington, D.C. or some shit like that, right? Samantha would book a hotel, fly here, and she would literally set up for the Uber to come get him, and she would just let this nigga fuck her for like a whole weekend, or like a whole weekend and a half. I don't know.
And Samantha is married, right?
And Samantha is a married woman with a whole family, bro. I mean, literally on Instagram, she looks like a nice mother and a loving like wife. In the background, bro, she's taking secret trips to go and fuck this whole other nigga across the country, bro.
Right.
So, and when I first heard this story, I'm thinking like, there is no way, right? Like this shit is crazy,
Sounds like my girlfriend for real.
bro. Oh, that's sick. But nah, bro, Samantha does this, right? And this continues to this day. And they had the agreement that none of them would speak of it, no one would record it, it would just happen, and that would be it, right? No one ever speaks of it again. Happening for God knows how long. So I'm thinking like,
And the
husband has no idea, bro. He has no idea, bro.
His wife is gonna be behind the scenes.
Because as far as he's concerned, she's off on a business trip. Or whatever lie she's cooked up to cover it, it must be a really believable lie. Because
See, that's why people have trust issues.
okay then, and people always seem to think that it's always the men doing the treacherous shit, but bro, women can be damn near just as, if not more, treacherous, bro.
No, I think women think men do treacherous
Women
shit.
definitely do.
Because girls with a little bit of trust issues, and that speaks
Bro,
with
but
me too,
like
because I have trust issues. It goes
the
both ways.
only reason the only reason girls think men do treacherous shit is because they know that they are
Yeah.
capable of doing treacherous
Guilty
shit.
conscience, right?
So like
That's
what the
true.
fuck?
I think again, this is where we're speaking like for women,
Yeah,
and none of us
I
are women.
But
know.
that's
No,
the
no,
Like,
no,
truth,
no.
though.
I
That's
know.
literally the
I
truth,
mean,
bro.
this is info that I got
but
That
from.
is the truth.
but how but how is that the truth if you're not a
Because
woman?
it goes back to if somebody accuses you of cheating, most likely 50% of the time they're cheating.
That's not just
And
the women.
And
everything that I'm
that's why I
saying,
said it goes both
It's a
ways.
everything that I'm
mindset
saying is based off of
difference.
information I've
That's
gathered
not.
from
That's
talking to
fact, bro.
women.
Same. My mom told me that.
Literally, yeah. Like I'm talking about mom, auntie, sister, cousin, best
Yeah.
friend. Like these are the people I'm talking about, and some of them are random strangers that I just happen to have a conversation with. You know what I'm saying?
Same.
So I mean, it's just a compilation of all that information. Um,
Yeah.
and that just goes back to my original point, bro. I feel like all people, doesn't matter what gender you are, what sexuality you are, all people are capable of treachery, my nigga. And that's just the simple fact about it. Every person on this planet is capable of doing some bullshit. And I mean, bro,
Nobody's arguing on that.
look at lesbians and like gay people, right? Some people turn gay because they feel like, okay, maybe the gender's the problem. Maybe women are just fucked up. Bro, there are plenty of gay people who get fucked over by their gay partner. Like another nigga fucking up another nigga's life type shit. It doesn't have shit to do with your
Yeah.
gender or
Water is
sexuality,
If
wet as
I
bro.
was
well.
gay, bro, if I was gay, bro, guys be too horny, bro. I couldn't trust another
I
guy,
mean,
bro.
Niggas just
if you want to get into statistics about it, gay men are more likely to have like abusive or bad relationships than gay women, and that's just kind of in our nature because we have testosterone, which leads to anger, right? So
Yeah.
like that's just a fact. You can search that up.
We'd be
But
horny
I
too.
think I
well,
think if
okay, you
we
know what? I feel like that's true, but besides the necessarily physical abusive aspect of it, I feel like women do more just straight up petty treacherous shit than men do. I feel like men do the shit that's like, okay, beating you type shit. Women do the shit that's like, I'm gonna fuck your dad and then send you a video type shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's
Yeah.
just like a whole different kind of fucked up that they do that men don't do. But men also have their fucked up shit that they
I'm
do.
joining Marvin on the bleachers on that one.
Nah, but like the thing is, we have to remember and take into account as guys the fact that like women literally have to deal with the most trauma
True,
like from
that's
past
true.
experiences. And when I say that, I mean like being prepared to go through childbirth and or going through childbirth and or having a period, like the amount of trauma
I
that
mean,
we
bro,
go
even
through
more bad
because
shit. I'm talking
of this
about like,
normal life stuff.
yeah, like molestation, sexual harassment,
Yeah,
fucking a lot of shit,
that's
bruh.
worse.
For that
But I'm
topic,
just talking about
we should
like,
probably get a woman guest.
We definitely
Anybody
should,
can
bro.
join
I
that's a woman.
really feel like I might have to call somebody up, bruh.
What the
Can we
fuck?
just like
Behind you, Jamal. What the
dive
fuck?
a bit deeper and talk about like why y'all feel the way y'all feel about this topic? Like why y'all feel like women are more treacherous?
Okay.
I
I'll
mean,
just talk a second.
I
There's always
mean,
lived
Well, who
experience.
wants to go
I feel
first?
like they're more treacherous.
Weller, just heal yourself. Just heal yourself.
I feel
And like
like they're
don't
more
I don't
treacherous
don't talk from
specifically
like
because of their
experience. I want like
batshit
something
insane.
deeper.
Just heal yourself.
Well, you know what, bro?
But
Here's the deepest thing that I can give you, and this goes back to history. So this ain't really based on my personal feelings about it. If we look at the course of history, bro, it has been a extensive narrative that women don't have rights, women are not entitled to their own bodies, their own positions in society, etc., etc. It is very recently that women started to have these kind of exactly. They have had to be cunning. They have had to have the mental
Jay,
aspect
who you
and
shooting at?
and the mental ferocity because they don't have the physical aspects. They don't have the
Watch out.
physical power or the physical dominance
There's gonna
or the
be
physical presence to force their
two
way into positions of power.
behind you,
So
behind
that
you,
means
behind you.
that they've had to be in the background, in the shadows, manipulating the strings through men, through whatever means they had to do necessary to get to what they wanted. Women have had to develop that skill
Because
over
there's
the
one
course
more.
of all of history, bro. Whereas men, we haven't really necessarily had to do that as much because we've always been in the forefront of society. Like, men take priority most of the time in a lot of
Use
cultures.
your blaster. She's gonna get
So we don't
revived.
have to do that. And
Use your
that
blaster
leads
on the
to
bitch.
men's
To your right.
outright,
To your right.
almost like prideful fucked up shit that we do, and then that leads to women's backhanded, you know, underneath the rug, just hidden fucked up shit that they do. Personally, from a historical aspect, that's how I feel.
Actually, like,
Yeah, just
are
pick our
like
card
this,
up,
like
honestly.
cheat on their husband and do all this shit behind people's back? Like, what percentage?
If I had to give a percent, okay, so are we talking about like worldwide or just in America?
We can say just in America, because worldwide it's just kind of crazy.
Okay, so I'm gonna say for America, bro, the percent of women that cheat on their husbands, I'm gonna say about 40%, 45%. Yeah.
So you think basically half?
Yeah, I say a little less than half.
Bro, there was literally one shit.
And that statistic is based off of two things. A is traumatized people typically
there
are
you
the
go.
ones
See,
who will
that
do
bitch
things
right
like
there's gonna get
that
her fucking
as
partner.
some spin-off or result of said trauma. So then with that statistic, right, you look at how many traumatized, you know, women that you would typically come across. It is a fact, I'll say for at least minorities. I can't say for white women, but
Just revive us, just revive us, just revive us.
4 out of every 5 black women has gone through some kind of sexual related trauma before they turn 20, right? So that means that 4 out of every 5 black, Hispanic, whatever women you want to call them, have been through some kind of trauma before they turn 20. So that means that from those 4 out of 5, you now have a 45% chance that they will cheat on their husband in the future. So that means 2 to 3 of them will cheat on their boyfriend or husband in the future. That's a lot of women, bro. That's a lot of women.
So are you directly correlating trauma with the chance of cheating?
Oh yeah, for sure. Because think about it like this, right? People with trauma naturally, of course, have some kind of mental problem, right? And I don't mean like something crazy like schizophrenia or something, but they definitely have trauma responses. Those trauma responses 9 times out of 10 are not healthy until you learn to have healthy, you know, outlets for that anxiety and for that pain. So most of the time, and this is something that I know about personally and statistically, you end up doing things based off of A, emotion, and
Emotion
B,
and
the
impulse.
trauma that you have endured in the past.
So that stuff is also correlated with self confidence.
Oh yeah, highly,
Because
highly.
a woman that's is low-key scary to me. A woman that is not as confident, I feel like will cheat on me.
Yeah, because
That
she
means she
may
doesn't have
have
any
a
faith in the
self-esteem
relationship,
problem.
no confidence in
Exactly.
no,
Exactly.
yeah.
She feels like she's not good enough for you. She feels like no matter what it takes, you're not going to love her the way that, you know, she needs to be loved. So it comes to the point where, well, if you're not going to love me, then fuck it. I'm not going to love you either. You know, it's like I'm going to get what I want from the shit, or I'm going to look for another place to find the love that I'm looking for if you don't see me as being worth that.
He's so fucking low.
And not to say that that's specifically how every woman thinks. I'm not going to say that. I'm just saying that's typically along the thought process that it takes when you deal with people that have a lot of trauma. Yeah. And sometimes it shows itself in other ways besides just cheating, though. I mean, you have a lot of women who do like emotional blackmail. You have women who use you for money. You know, you have women who, and this is not just women. I'm sure that niggas with trauma do similar things, but it's just a little bit more precedented.
They'll correlate on both sides.
Yeah, I'm sure it's on both sides. Now, men typically turn to lean towards the more physical aspects of trauma. So because they got beat by their dad, now they're gonna beat their wife type shit. Whereas a girl who got beat by her dad or her mom, she's going to have like a more of a mental, emotional side effect. Exactly. So now she's going to do like emotional blackmail on you, right? That's her trauma response. Whereas the man's trauma response is, I'm going to beat you when you make me upset because that's what I'm used to and that's what I know.
Fuck. They're so
It's
fucking
also,
low. They're so fucking low.
they say that an abuser repeats the cycle because that's how they're shown affection. So that's how they really show that they care.
And you know what? That is something personally I can't really speak too much about because I personally find it insane. You know, I really can't understand it, so I'm not going to say anything about it.
Go back to the lobby.
But I mean, if in your head you think that by hurting me you're showing me love, I don't really get that at all. So I can't really say anything about it, bro. I really don't know. I don't know what the fuck that shit is.
On a quick and brief ending, I think we should take all of our last opinions, post them, and if anybody would like to see the VODs or comment, or
For
even get a
sure.
star next antenna broadcast, please let us know.
For sure, for sure.
Jamal, do you have any last words to say?
Not really. There's some interesting takes.
Fair.
Keep living life.
I
That's
think at
what
the
I
end
want
of
to
the,
say.
I think at the end of the day,
Sherbet's better than cotton candy. I'm tired of pretending.
That is insane.
People who clown on sherbet just have no taste.
That's true
People who
though.
don't like mint don't brush their teeth.
And just
On a
to kind of
serious
give
note,
Who
a
like
bit of
men
a
don't brush their
perspective
teeth.
into
Yeah,
the.
people who
note at the
don't.
end of the
No, I
day,
am on a
I
serious
think
note. People who don't like mint don't brush their teeth.
Oh my
It's
God.
just these
All
are
right, that's
fucking
another
assholes.
podcast convo. But just to wrap up,
Okay, this is
I'm going to try to keep the consistency of our streaming to every Sunday if possible. That way we give our fans kind of a schedule and a time to look for us. So if you guys want to be featured in the next podcast, let us know before next Sunday so we can, get your info and get you in here. And besides that, what I'm saying,
also
hope
let
y'all
Jamal get
enjoyed.
his last word real quick.
Oh yeah, for sure, for
Yeah, hold
sure.
on, hold on, hold
all
on.
all I'm gonna say is at the end of the day, people should focus more on themselves than what's going on around them, because that's the only thing you can change most of the
It's
time is
factual.
yourself and how you react to things.
That's true.
Super factual.
I
I
want to
felt
say
that.
one last thing. When
Yep.
you drink alcohol, you react. So you don't need to assume what's in somebody's cup when they're drinking something.
All right.
you don't know what's in the cup.
Thank you.
So Marvin obviously thinks he's Lil Wayne. Nice, but take us out here.
All right, y'all. Antenna TV, we out.